So summary or synthesis, description or integration. Basically, I made you write those summaries to be able to understand your articles a little bit better, understand how to summarize information. Other points of the summaries were one for language, for me to see your writing style, for me to help you with grammar, for me to help you with connecting ideas, synthesizing ideas. So you aren't going to be copying and pasting your summaries. I just want to be clear about that. But you can use a lot of the ideas that you use in those summaries, and you can use parts of them in your synthesis. So you can take like the description of what the article is about. So say Williams et al. In their research did ... They looked at ... and their ideas based on this, they contradict the ideas of the last article, basically. So, or their ideas are similar to the ideas of the author of the last article. So you can use some of that summary in your integration, but just don't do it block by block. You're not writing your literature review with one paragraph about one author and then the next paragraph about a different article, and then the next paragraph about the third source. That's not a good way to organize, because then you're not synthesizing ideas, you're not making it very meaningful. In that case, your reader may as well just go read those articles. What's the point of you writing your literature review? Your literature review needs to show your analysis of these articles and how they are similar and different and how they prove something about your field. So you don't want to just describe the articles, you want to do that, but more importantly, you want to integrate them together. So you can make a matrix. This is basically a really good way to organize your ideas. So you have an idea here, and then you show how you can maybe use a quote. You can show how source 1 supports this idea. Source 2 supports this idea. Maybe source 3 opposes, contradicts this idea. And then source 4 agrees with this idea or supports it. Main idea 2. Right? So main idea 1 might be alteration of women's roles because of World War II. All right? And then this is from each of the sources and examples from each of these sources that support or are examples of this issue. And then another one, and then examples. So these might be the sections of your literature review if you want to write it that way. So when you go to the quiz, you're going to do either one of these charts or both. So this is the other one, and you can choose which one you want to use. In humanities or in a subject where you can create, or even if you feel like you can create your own main ideas and you feel comfortable with that, then great, make it like this. If it's more, if it's less about ideas and more about the function of that research, then you're going to want to use this chart. What I mean by the function is if you are analyzing this research saying that these researchers tried to find these answers, however, they did it incorrectly. And my research is going to find this answer by using the correct methods, right? Maybe that's the whole point of your literature review, is to show how or why they were incorrect. In that case, you're going to be wanting to use this. So what was the source talking about? What evidence did they have? Or do you have that they are talking about that? Or what evidence did they use? What was their methodology? What were their critical or theoretical frameworks or concepts? And then what were their conclusions? You don't have to fill out all of these, but only the ones that matter for what you're doing. And then here is an example. Okay, so likely all of your sources are going to be from your discipline, your field. So you might not need to even fill this out. But if you are using sources from different fields, then you should do this, like cultural studies versus sociology. All right. And then evidence is what kind of texts do they use, or what research or data did they use, what methodologies, critical analysis and conclusions. And then limitations is, I added to the quiz. Limitations would be, what were their limitations to their methodology? What were their limitations to their theoretical framework? Why do you think that theoretical framework was not the right one to use? And you're going to find the same answer using a different theoretical framework. So you want to basically really think about what the whole purpose of your literature review is, and then you can do one or both of these. If you need extra help synthesizing ideas, I would recommend doing both. It'll really help. And then basically, you just use connecting words to connect the ideas. Cornelson explains that women accredited ... At the same time, or additionally, Stewart emphasizes ... And all of these are paraphrases, except for right here, there's a little bit of a quotation, but most of these are paraphrases. And so you just basically have to copy and paste these things into your literature review, but use connecting words to show how the ideas flow, or how they support each other or contradict each other, etc. Again, you want to use those they say, I say templates that I mentioned. I put it on the Wikipedia, on the wiki page on our Husky CT site. The they say, I say templates are amazing for those to connect ideas, to show, to introduce a debate and show how people disagree with each other, or scholars agree with each other. They support you, they support each other. Those templates are excellent for literature reviews. I hope you will use them. Okay, so here's my advice for literature reviews. Use quotes sparingly, only when you know you cannot paraphrase it accurately. Maybe the language is just too advanced and you really don't think that your language is going to be able to capture the meaning, then you use a quotation. Be selective. Don't just give all the information from those articles. Only give the information that is important for that idea that you're talking about. You don't want to summarize the entire article. Again, if you do that, the reader is going to wonder, why am I reading this paper and not just reading the original source? Make it idea-based, not author or article-based. Organize the literature review around main ideas and integrate information in articles around those ideas. Look up reviews in your field for inspiration. Again, you have to do this for the quiz. Okay, so these are those charts that I want you to fill out, and then this is that information. So you're going to go to annualreviews.org. You're going to find 5 different literature reviews. You do not have to read all of them. You can just skim them. You need to keep practicing skimming and scanning, and then find 5 commonalities and then answer these questions. What tense do they use overall? Past, present, or present perfect? What vocabulary stands out to you? What vocabulary is new? Make a list of new vocabulary words. What connecting words can you find? What is the in-text citation or reference page format? How do they organize ideas from past to present, from least to most important, topic by topic, article by article? Hopefully it's not this, but it might be. You might see how that doesn't help you very much. And are there section headings? By that I mean, is it like this? I think I'm at this paper. Is it like this where they have different sections? They all do. This one is all a literature review. So they have different sections based on main ideas. Origin of servant leadership as a theory, methodology, etc. Data analysis. So they have these sections. And then this has sections within just the literature review. So if we go back to the literature review, All right. It has different sections. Increasing global food demand. And then all of the articles are synthesized just to talk about that idea. Natural resources. Again, same thing. You notice it's all citations. They barely use quotations here. This is another idea. And then they have all of these. So if you were to break this down, this would go into the chart, natural resource degradation. This would go right into your chart right here. Idea, natural resources degradation. Source 1. And then you'd have this source. You just take this sentence would go right here. And then source 2, I keep going back to the wrong one. This is your second source. This sentence is right here. So if they started with this chart, it would have been so easy to write this paper, to organize these ideas. Right? So start with the chart and then make it easy for you when you actually go to synthesize. Okay, so I hope that this lesson helped give you some strategies, and I'm excited to read your literature reviews and help you more with grammar individually. Thank you.